Welcome back to the Glory Hunter. We today can potentially win our first trophy in England. We also will be lifting, we hope, our second trophy in England as well. We start with the suit on because it's the FA Cup final. We've 2 games to go in the Premier League, which we'll also have in today's episode, which is unusual, I know. We normally go for just an FA Cup final special, but given the nature of the league season right now and the other fixtures we have upcoming, a Champions League final, I might add, we want to make sure that we don't flesh it out over too many episodes. You guys want to make sure that the content is worth watching, don't you? So, FA Cup final and season finale today. All told, we're 2 games away from the end of the season and 6 points clear at the top, meaning I only need a point either away from home against Chelsea or at home against Southampton on the final day to ensure we win the Premier League title. That would be Premier League done in Season 1 at Manchester City. And by that point, we'll know whether we've got FA Cup done Season 1 in Manchester City. We did Italy in the second season, but only with regards to Serie A. We did all of Germany in the 4th season, and after just 1 year in Manchester, after 2 years in Turin and Dortmund, we hope not only to win the FA Cup and the Premier League, the League and Cup double, but in tomorrow's episode, we hope to add to that the Champions League as well, allowing us to take on a proper project for next season and beyond in either France or Spain. Bit more of a Road to Glory style save, starting of course in Season 6 rather than at the very beginning, which might appeal a bit more to you. So, you can see that Haaland, Foden, well, basically my front 4 and Pedri are slightly tired because of the nature of the fixture list. We tried to win the Premier League in the last episode and couldn't quite get it done against Wolverhampton Wanderers, but we'll certainly get it done today. And then, like I say, tomorrow, Champions League final against Real Madrid and a full season roundup before we move into the new season and into a new club. So, without cheating and skipping to the end, let me know in the comment section down below what you think the scoreline will be in this game. You'll be able to see Watford's journey to the final here. I'll show you. So in the semis, they knocked out local rivals Luton. We took on Lincoln City. Lincoln had obviously beaten Manchester United. We beaten Chelsea, so we know we can do that in the next game. Watford beat Leeds by 4-2, so that's a Premier League side they knocked out there. Watford then knocked out Championship Norwich in round 4. They needed a replay against Bristol City, in round 5. They needed a replay against Bristol City in round 4. And in round 3, which is where they would have entered the competition as a Championship club, they... I don't know. Oh, there they are. Beat West Ham. So to be fair to them, they have beaten 2 Premier League opponents en route to the final. Now, those of you that mentioned it previously would like to know whereabouts they are in the Championship. Of course, our semi-final opponents, Lincoln, were 16th in League One when we played them in the FA Cup semi-final. And in the Championship, Watford are 3rd and challenging for promotion, but haven't yet got it. They need to go to the playoff final to go through, but they'll be up against Brentford, Middlesbrough and Hull. We'll have a full season roundup, of course, after the Champions League final tomorrow. Let's not waste any more time, shall we? Let's go and play the FA Cup final, get a light ticked in the trophy room, and then go and do the same above the Premier League trophy with a win at Stamford Bridge. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save, of course. Please do make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any further content. More to come from this Glory Hunter in the not too distant future. And then, of course, it's the Youth Academy Road to Glory to follow that. But please show your support for the remainder of this save. I'd very much appreciate it. Right, let's go and win a trophy, shall we? Let's go and win 2. That's the trophy we're playing for. 1 of 3 we hope to get this season. The treble is on. We've not done a treble, in this save. And we've not done a treble, I don't think, in any save since FIFA 21, at least. We didn't achieve a treble in any save in 22. And at Arsenal, I don't think we did the treble either, did we? So here we go. Watford starting 11. Marcin Buka in goal for Watford, a Polish international. Timothy Pambele at right back, player that can grow quite well. Pollock, Jake Clark-Salter and Sanchez is their back 4. Lazetic up top. He's 82 rated and will be a danger. He's the highest rated player alongside their left back, 82, and Pembele's 81. We're at full strength personnel-wise, although as you saw, some players are a little bit tired. But in a game of this magnitude, I can't really drop any of my main first team players just for the sake of 5% stamina, can I? We need to be at our best. And Watford have proven this season that they can beat Premier League opposition, as we saw in the FA Cup. So... Oh, that's a wonderful way to start! Yes! Manchester City on the way! Woohoo! That was a dream move! Excellent passing play. And Bellini, the man that could have won us the Premier League yesterday with that free kick against Wolves, now may have won us the FA Cup with a goal against Watford. Cracking finish on his weak foot. 5-star weak foot, but still. Yes, come on, let's light up that FA Cup in the trophy room. From kickoff, 100% possession, we're a goal up. We stung the Hornets before they'd even open up their wings, let alone actually had the opportunity to have a little flutter of the flying yellow and black. And we might sting him again. Phil Foden's in behind. Oh, what a save by the keeper. Brilliant stop. If that goes in, you'd say we are winning this at a canter. But Watford clearly got some fight in them. Zaniolo. It's a tame effort and it's blocked well by the defence. They do have some fight in them here, Watford. Let's see what they've got over the next 80 minutes. At the minute, what they haven't got is any spell of possession whatsoever. Erling just trying to hold the man off, get the shot away. And Buka makes another save. Bellini with the delivery. It's whipped towards the back post where Ruben Dias is waiting. But Pollock defends it very well indeed. Gio. You can see it opening up here for the man in the wing. Here he is. Gio Satsishvili. Timothy Pembele's shown a little bit of good footwork there as well. But Bremer's shown good strength to intercept. Pedro Porro is now back in the starting lineup. And Watford are the width of a post away from being level. Porro not had the opportunity to get involved in any of the plays so far. Timothy Pembele, the right back, hits that right-hand post. Watford aren't dead and buried. We might have absolutely dominated the opening 15, but there is their fight back. That's the sting in the tail. Forgive all of the Hornet-based puns, I apologise. No, I don't. We love a pun. Asprilla. Oh, excellent footwork, but unfortunately given away. Twice. Kina in the box. Oh, and finished brilliantly by Asprilla. Watford are level. There is that sting in the tail. It's not going to be so straightforward. I'll be honest, the ball from Pedro Porro was kind of supposed to go out to the man on the wing, but never mind. It's a brilliant finish. Very, very good strike. Kept low, out the keeper's way, and Watford are back in it. Kina, Manu Sanchez, their joint highest rated player in their starting lineup, their left back. Here's Marin. Kayembe. Kina, well intercepted by Pedro Porro and Bellini's away. There's not much room though. Not much to play in. See the space for Bellini, and Pedro's got the quality to find him as well. And he's got Erling Haaland forward here with him. Ball's a little bit delayed, but here's Zaniolo, and that is a goal of cup-winning quality. They might have fought back. We just clipped their wings again. It's Manchester City 2. Watford 1. And our latest signing, the man we brought in to really give us the firepower to win the trophies this season. Now he might be the one to score the goal that gets us on our way in this potential treble-winning double episode couple of days. Here's Gio Siachishvili. Cancelo does well, but can't keep it in play after the tackle. So Watford will still be on the attack here. Pembele into Marin. He's kicked it straight at Pedri, and somehow Asprilla wins it back again. Pedri just couldn't get it under control. Camavinga's done well, and we'll find Foden. We'll back heel, and we'll work that inside. Zaniolo, Foden, and Erling. Foden again. This is good football. We've played some really nice stuff in this game so far, and Erling is in the middle, and you just can't leave Erling Haaland on his own in the middle, because that happens. That might be game now, but we have seen Watford fight, and they could have had a second of their own, of course. They could have had two. They had an opportunity before they scored their goal where Pembele hit the post, but when Erling backs away like that, he's always going to find the top corner. That's 3-1 To be fair, I didn't actually give my own personal prediction, did I, pre-kickoff? I probably would have said 2-0 City. So, my prediction would have been out the window. I wonder if anyone's predicted Watford to score in the comments section. I imagine some might have. But with the form we've been in recently, goal-scoring-wise, you would expect us to boss the day. And we have done so far. And Watford just getting a little bit scrappy with their passing so far. We've played some nice stuff in that first half. We've got one hand on the trophy and 45 minutes to get a full grip on it. Back to Manu Sanchez. Watford starting the second half with a bit between their teeth. We scored in the first half without them even touching the ball. They were trying to do the same to me here. Erling's going to need support, but there is plenty of it. Pedri's turn wasn't quite as sharp as I wanted it to be. I had a bit more of an acute angle there, but perhaps he was moving with a little bit too much momentum. The next fixture is Chelsea away for us. We know that we only need a point from either of the final two games in the Premier League to lift the trophy. If we get that against Chelsea, I don't think we lift the trophy in that game. I think it will be the Southampton one where we see the trophy lift. Trying to deal with Watford's play here. It's poor from Camavinga. You can definitely get a lot more on that header. 10 minutes into the second half, and it's still 3-1. We look the more likely to score, but at the same time, Watford don't necessarily look toothless either. Oh, it's poor from Watford. When they're trying to play out, they need to make sure they find the right pass. Oh, look for Calderon over the top here. It will find him. And here's Bellini to add a second to his tally. That'll be game. Manchester City 4. Watford 1. Trophy number 1 of the season in the bag. Surely the referee won't add too much time on here at the end of the game. Just 2 minutes. That'll be enough to see the game run out in these final moments here with one more attack, maybe one more goal. No, it was meant for Calderon. Pedri takes possession as we take possession of the FA Cup. That is 1 down, 2 to go over the next 24 hours. Manchester City win the FA Cup. Traditionally, in the past decade or so, more renowned for lifting the Carabao Cup than the FA Cup, Manchester City. I think actually, I might be mistaken here. I can't remember who's won the last few FA Cups. I remember City being the side that lost to Wigan in 2013, was it? I want to say. When Ben Watson scored that late header. I think it was City they were playing in the final. Again, I might be way off, you know what my memory's like. But a nice, beautiful, shiny silver trophy to go into the cabinet. And either in the next game against Chelsea, or in the game after that against Southampton, we'll hopefully be lifting one more. We really should be lifting one more. We lost the Carabao Cup final. We win the FA Cup with Manchester City. One more for the GloryHunter trophy room. Now let's go and get another. To Stamford Bridge we go. And I can't be bothered to take the suit off because I'm only going to have to put it on again for the next episode to record for the Champions League final. So we'll go to Stamford Bridge and to the Etihad for the Southampton game wearing a suit, because why the hell not? Chelsea will be looking to get a measure of payback for us knocking them out of the FA Cup. That in itself was our payback for them beating us in the Carabao Cup final. They line up here with Edouard Mendy in goal, Reece James, Marquinhos, Gabriel, our former centre-back at Dortmund, and Marc Cucurella at left wing-back. Locatelli and Kessié in the holding roles. Locatelli we had at Juventus in the first season. Kai Havertz on the right-hand side and Raheem Sterling on the left-hand side of the two, sat behind Paulo Dybala and Josip Brekalo. Brekalo scored a hat-trick, I think, in that Carabao Cup final game and was brought on off the bench in a league game that we won, the FA Cup game that we won by 1-0. We know then that a point is enough to win the Premier League title for us. Whether we get it at Stamford Bridge or not, however, remains to be seen. I would probably say no. Actually, I'm expecting to lose this one and then aiming to beat Southampton. But if we can get a point here and seal the trophy, then obviously it would be fantastic to do so, to win the trophy at the home of one of your rivals. Obviously not the rival, but certainly one of your competitive rivals would be absolutely brilliant. We're at full strength, as are they. Let's get it done. Go in and out again. And Zaniolo could get in behind here. Cancelo finds Phil Foden, but finds a teammate nonetheless. And Pedri will float it towards the back post, where Zaniolo is waiting. to kick it straight into the arms of the awaiting Edouard Mendy. Would have been a brilliant opening goal again, as we did at Wembley, but it wasn't to be on this occasion. Slightly better goalkeeper between the sticks, slightly better positioned defenders, making the chance harder to take. And as such, Chelsea's quality showed there defensively, and we don't get the opening goal. We are, however, pretty good in possession at the moment. Sending Raheem Sterling to the floor there, and Haaland will look for Zaniolo in behind here, and he's in now. The angle is tight, but not tight enough. That could be the goal then. That seals the Premier League title for us. Zaniolo on the score sheet again, proving for the umpteenth time worth the purchase. James, Locatelli, and Reece James again. We will be managing Chelsea later in the FIFA year. It will be the final save we do of FIFA 23 at Chelsea with all the new signings they've got either coming in this January transfer window or lined up for the summer, like Nkunku, etc. On the volleymers. Brilliant save. Oh, brilliant double save from Edouard Mendy to ensure we don't extend the lead. We'll be starting at Chelsea with the promotions and relegations, etc. all done from the end of the season in real life. And we'll also, of course, make all of those transfers that not only Chelsea have made, but other real-life clubs as well, and update all of the transfer settings for the new save when that time comes, probably June-ish, June to July. Hoping for quite a lengthy and enjoyable RTG, of course, with the Youth Academy series. But there's still plenty to be won here in the GloryHunter. And if you'll continue to show your support for this series, I'd very much like to win it all if we possibly can. Here's Cucurella. Around the corner to Raheem Sterling. A little bit of a stumble, but Brekalo in behind. And greedily goes for goal. Nice little floated ball by Dybala. Pedro Porro tries to get there and couldn't. Ruben Dias tries to get there and does. And Porro's back to recover. Looks like it's going to be 1-0 at half-time here, unless we can set Erling in behind, which we'll do and do well. Oh! Could you get much closer? Probably not. It'll be 1-0 to Manchester City at half-time. We are on our way to the Premier League title as well. This will be the first club that we've won the league in the first season at said club. Kai Havertz, James. Down the line, is he onside there, Kai? He is. Chelsea do need 2 to deny us the title here today. A point is enough. And it's cleared off the defender there for a Chelsea corner here in front of the Matthew Harding stand. Dybala. In fact, this might be the shed end actually at this end. I'm not entirely too sure. Where are the dugouts? All into Dybala and floated well. No, City fans are there, so it's the shed end this end. Haaland steps in nicely. And with space to run into, and the fact that nobody's actually going to pay him any attention whatsoever, we might as well just go for bloody goal. If anything sums up the defensive intelligence or lack of in FIFA 23, that run is it. Erling Haaland drawing the save out of Mendy. I thought for a minute it might actually drift in. That's going to force Camavinga. The temptation to hit that first time was very high. We hit it second time and have it well blocked. Zaniolo sends Cucurella for milk. Absolutely lost him. Ended his career, Marc Cucurella there. Haaland. Oh, it was meant for Bellini. Pedri took it off his toes. 25 minutes to go. The pressure is building. If we find a second, you'd say that is the title in the bag. But if Chelsea find one back, then absolutely it's game on again. Brekalo out to Cucurella. Lovely little back heel. Sterling. Will reach Kessié, and it will find Brekalo, and they have found one back, and it is game on again. In the 70th minute, the man that scored a hat-trick at Wembley bags one back at Stamford Bridge. It's 1-1. 3 minutes added on. This is done. This is done. Down the line, Bellini. Let's seal it. Let's get the win, shall we? Oh, would have been apt if Phil Foden, Mr. Manchester City, could have scored the goal. But that is the single point we needed to win the Premier League. Those lucky few travelling away from home down to London at Stamford Bridge see Manchester City win the Prem. I don't think we're going to get a trophy lift here. I think we will have to wait until the game against Southampton, but we'll just make sure before I cut away. I don't want to miss the trophy lift if it does happen. We do, of course, light up now both trophies in the trophy room, which I have done, and I'll switch to the trophy room in a moment to show you. So that's England done. No trophy lifts in this game, so we will have to go to the one against Southampton to lift the trophy and see the animation. And as you'll be able to tell in just a moment's time, ready, 1, 2, 3, trophy room with lights on. There you go. England done. All done and dusted. But what we want now is that one in the bottom left-hand corner. That will be tomorrow. I won't show you any highlights from the Southampton game other than any goals that go in. And then we'll have a trophy lift, shall we? Let's go and lift that Premier League trophy now that we definitively, absolutely, 100% have won it and done the double. We said we weren't going to show any highlights other than goals for this Southampton game. But we might be starting with a goal. If he's onside here, Fatawu, we will be starting with a goal. Well, that's what champions do. Manchester City 1, Southampton 0. And it's party atmosphere time here as the Poznan bounces around the Etihad. That's a lovely move. And Southampton all over the shot. Fatawu borderline offside, but buries it into the top corner nonetheless. Play to the whistle. And it's 1-0. Okafor, he's got the legs here, Okafor, it seems. And Mbete's no slouch in a straight line. Finish sunshine. Okafor makes it 1-1. Real good core strength there to hold off Luke Mbete, who's got decent pace and went to try and show some strength. Okafor was like, not today, sunshine. Buried into the top corner. Brilliant goal. It's 1-1. That's a nice ball. Hello. Here comes a Southampton attack of some quality. Omar Richards around the outside. Oh, what an interception that is from Issa Kabore. That's very important. Tommy Doyle into Bellini because Issa Kabore has gone walkabouts. Fatawu. Bellini again. He's onside. He's not quite got the angle for the shot here, but we slow up, wait for some support. There it is. Fatawu. Foden! It's young Mr. Manchester City. 2-1 to the Blues. That'll do very nicely indeed. We may well win on final day. And I'm glad it was Foden to score that goal as well. Fatawu squaring it. Foden tucking it home. Clock's going to tick down. This is going to be game. That's not only going to be game, that's going to be the season at Manchester City domestically. We've done England all in one go. Took us 2 years to win Serie A at Juventus. Took us 2 years to win the Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal in Germany. We still need to go back to Italy at some point to win the Coppa Italia. But in England, all wrapped up in 1 year. And we could do what we haven't been able to do at any club so far and win the Champions League in tomorrow's episode. We've played the Champions League final twice already in both of our years at Borussia Dortmund and lost to Real and Atleti. And it is a Madrid side again that we'll face tomorrow in the form of Real Madrid. It may have been the backup 11, so to speak, to be in the starting 11 for this particular fixture because of the Champions League final not wanting to get anybody injured, but it will be Old Faithful, best midfielder, arguably of all time in the Premier League, certainly in the conversation, Kevin De Bruyne, to lift the trophy in a season where he may well be retiring next year. That might be the last trophy he ever lifts. We certainly hope it isn't, and he can lift the Champions League tomorrow. But if we don't win the Champions League with City, we will still be moving on to a new project elsewhere in Spain or France. But Kevin De Bruyne is the man to lift that Premier League trophy numerous times, and we can add that to the trophy room. So, headed into the Champions League final tomorrow, we hope to beat Real Madrid. However, whether we can actually do that or not, we're not sure. Germany and England both ticked off. Coppa Italia still needed. Champions League still needed. Euros still needed. We've been involved in all of those competitions so far. We're going to have to go back to try and do those. Although, of course, the Euros are coming up at the end of the next season, which will be in either France or Spain, with a longer-term project, which hopefully you guys will show some solid support for. But for now, that's going to bring the end to this episode, this season finale domestically. But tomorrow, it's Champions League final time. It's Real Madrid with Manchester City. Do join me for it. I'd very much love to see you there. Drop this video a like. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. And I'll see you next time.